Okay, welcome everyone to the Goodyear 25 at Martinsville, presented by none other than Goodyear. Today, it's 25 miles, 50 laps at the half mile paperclip track. 33 cars. Let's get this qualifying session underway.
Drivers, to your cars.
And it's going to be Kevin Harvick who starts on pole today. So let's get the starting grid figured out. If I can figure this out. Okay, starting on pole is Kevin Harvick in the number 4 Hunt Brothers Pizza Ford Taurus. Alongside him, it's Carl Edwards in the 99 Aflac Health Insurance car. Behind them, Dale Sr. in the number 3, alongside his son, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the Mountain Dew 88. And behind them is Richard Petty, a 7-time champion, in the STP 43. And alongside him is the 9 of Casey Kane in the Dodge Intrepid, sponsored by Dodge Dealers. Next up is the 8 of Kyle Busch in the M&M's in Monte Carlo. Alongside him, it's the 20 of Christopher Bell. Next up, we have Rusty Wallace in the number 2, and Tony Stewart, Tony Smoke Stewart, here in the number 14 Office Depot Chevrolet. Behind him is Kurt Busch in the Sharpie number 97. Alongside him, it's Kyle Larson in the 42 Target Chevrolet. And behind them, we have the 2 Hendrick teammates. One of them is Chase Elliott in the number 25 Napa Monte Carlo. And beside him, Jimmy Johnson, 7-time NASCAR Cup Series champion, presented by Lowe's for Pros. And behind them is Matt Kenseth in the number 17 DeWalt Tide Ride. And beside him, number 33, Clint Bowyer in the Cheerios, the Honey Nut Cheerios Chevrolet Monte Carlo. And behind them, Mark Martin in the 6, alongside Terry Labonte in the number 5 Kellogg's Corn Flakes Chevrolet. He is one of the drivers who is still yet to earn points so far this season. Meanwhile, his brother Bobby Labonte sits at the top. Anyway, next up behind them is Jeff Gordon in the number 24 A8RP Drive to End Hunger Chevrolet Monte Carlo. And beside him is Ryan Blaney in the number 21 Ford Motorcraft Ford Taurus. Behind them, Denny Hamlin, the FedEx Express Progressive Insurance Pontiac Grand Prix. And beside him is Martin Truex Jr., the 78 Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet. And behind them, Jamie McMurray, another driver, still yet to earn points in what has so far been a terrible season. At Daytona, he wrecked out early. And at Charlotte, unfortunately, had a good run going, was about to earn his first points of the season until pit strategy came in, and unfortunately he lost his top 20 spot. Alongside him, Tyler Reddick, the number 45 Pontiac Grand Prix sponsored by Jordan. And next up, we have the 15 Michael Waltrip in the Aaron's Dream Machine, and alongside him is Carson Hocevar in the Ziegler 77 Chili's Chevrolet Monte Carlo. And all the way back here, we have our points leader, Bobby Labonte in the Interstate Batteries Pontiac Grand Prix. Alongside him is Bill Elliott in the number 94 Ford Taurus, sponsored by McDonald's. Now, next up we have Ryan Newman in the number 12 Autel Dodge Intrepid. And beside him, we have the 40 of Sterling Marlin, sponsored by Kodak. And next up, we have Greg Biffle in the 16 3M Ford Taurus. And finally, Brad Keselowski in the number 60 Castrol Edge buildsubmarines.com Ford Taurus. And I do not know where the 22 went. What happened to the 22? Did 22 get disqualified? What? Wait, where's the 22? Okay, I did not realize the 22 was not in here. It says he qualified, but I don't see him anywhere. So I'm not really sure what to do at this point. You know what? We're gonna restart the race here because this is very unfair for the 22 team who... Okay, never mind. There's the 22. The game finally decided to show him. Oh, whoops. Yep, there's Joey Logano, the number 22, Pennzoil Ford Taurus, also sponsored by Shell. I don't know what happened there. The game glitched. So yeah, Joey Logano is in the game. We don't need to restart qualifying. So if your favorite driver did not qualify where you want him to qualify, too bad. Womp womp. Joey Logano here in the number 22, starting in dead last. He's one of the drivers who is also still yet to earn points this year. And this is the second race in a row now where he's qualified in dead last. So obviously not a very good start to the season for him. He's looking to turn that around. As we go to the spectator cam, we're going to wait for the pace car to start the
Drivers,
engine and get
start your engines.
Green. So today we have a nice sunny day here in Martinsville, Virginia. Pace car is the pace car comes off the track. Kevin Harvick is going to start the race in the lead. Can he maintain that lead? Can he win this race? We'll find out today. 25 miles, 50 laps, green flag underway. Let's go racing here. And now Earnhardt immediately aggressive, giving a shove to the fore of Kevin Harvick. Harvick now clear of the field. Earnhardt on the inside of Carl Edwards as they come to turn three. Free wide there. Richard Petty backs out. And now Kevin Harvick leads the first lap, and we have a caution. The caution is out. What on earth just happened? I think it might have involved the 42 of Kyle Larson. Oh. So that's where it started. Let's back it up a bit more. So we're going to go on to the TV2 camera presented by Premium Invention. So as we can see here, the 42, he's free wide. On the inside, we have the 25, Chase Elliott, and the 17 of Matt Kenseth. On the outside, we have Tony Stewart in the 14 and Larson in the middle. So let's see how this started. So Larson made contact there, and into the wall, Larson and Matt Kenseth took some damage there. So after a strong qualifying effort, Larson is unfortunately going to have some damage. So let's go to the roof camera here. So we can see here, he's behind Tony Stewart as they enter turn 3. Sorry, turn 2. Took some damage, so it's 17. very unfortunate start for these guys. Let's go on board with the 17 here. So he's all the way back here. There's the 42 and the 14. Everything's on the move. You can see here on the outside. There's contact. Kansas is in the wrong spot. It's a good thing that no one has taken out Matt Kansas so far. So that potential. Funny enough, it happened to Joey Logano, who sits in 32nd. So far, a bit of an unfortunate start for some of these guys. Kevin Harvick is unfortunately going to have to repeat that restart. This time, though, we're restarting single file here. As we switch to the TV1 camera, pace car lights are off here. We are going green this time by. Kevin Harvick has not won yet this season. So far, it's been Brad Keselowski and Bobby Labonte, who are our championship contenders. Already, we have a caution. And now we're back under green. Kevin Harvick is going to lead them to the green. Green flag back in the air. We're back racing. And now Earnhardt, can he make a move immediately? He's there. Can he get to the inside of Harvick? Not yet. He stays behind for a bit. Harvick's going to continue his lead. And he's clear of him. Harvick to the lead. No need to worry for him as of yet. And Kyle Busch gets to the inside of the 99 of Carl Edwards. He clears him. Dale Jr. is unable to capitalize on this opportunity. And now Edwards to the bumper of the 8. A lot of action so far. Petty on the inside of Rusty Wallace. There's Casey Kanan in number 9. Dodge dealers dodge into Prin. As we go further through the field, there is Jamie McMurray and Terry Labonte, 2 drivers who are still yet to earn points so far this year. And remember, you need to be in the top 20 to earn points. Right now, both of them sit 18th and 19th respectively. McMurray in 19th, Labonte in 18th. So at this rate, McMurray will earn 2 points, Labonte will earn 3. But here comes Truex Jr. as McMurray ran up the track there. So far, things remain clean. As Harvick now pulling away with the lead. There's Larson, one of the drivers with damage. And Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano. Logano is one of the 4 drivers so far this year who is still yet to earn points, and I think he might have some damage. I think he might have collided with someone and damaged the engine a little bit, because you can see the hood is a bit bent there. There's Matt Kenseth, who, along with Kyle Larson, could have had a strong run today, but unfortunately that damage might be a bit too overpowering for them. And Keselowski runs up the track. So far been a horrible day for that 60 team. Sterling Marlin, Greg Biffle up the track. That's going to give Marlin some room to catch up to him. Bill Elliott, Ryan Newman. Hocevar on the inside of Tyler Reddick. He is going to clear him. And there's Michael Waltrip and Bobby Labonte, who sits all the way back here, not having the run that he wants to have. Where does he sit? 21st. He is outside of the points. He needs to be in the top 20 to earn any points at all. And even a 20th place position would only earn him 1 point. And although he does have that 24-point cushion, if second in points Brad Keselowski somehow manages to win this race, which to be fair is also highly unlikely, Labonte would lose that lead. But remember, it's not just two cars who are competing. There's multiple other drivers, so Labonte needs to stay on his game. As he gets to the rear bumper of the 78, doesn't make a move there though. And Labonte, I think, was trying to get to the rear bumper, but unfortunately locked up the brakes, I think, so he couldn't make a move there. And Labonte running a bit of a higher groove compared to the others. We'll see if that works out, but so far it doesn't seem like it is. You can see Labonte switching it back to the traditional way with running the bottom lane, because clearly it wasn't working out, as he's now catching up to the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. And now we go further up the field. Here's McMurray, currently in 18th. At this rate, he will earn 3 points. And those 3 points could save his season, because right now he is still yet to earn any points so far this year. There's Clint Boyer, who also has some damage. I think he might have hit the wall a bit earlier. No, he doesn't have damage. Sorry, my bad. There's Mark Martin, Jimmy Johnson. I think, did Jimmy take damage? Seems like he's taken a little bit of damage. Not a lot, but still a bit. There's Jeff Gordon. Can he get to the inside? No, he doesn't. Elliott does have some right side damage, so that could affect his handling. Does Jeff Gordon make the move onto the inside of his teammate, Chase Elliott? Not yet. He's on his rear bumper. He's pushing, he's shoving. Gordon still not making the move. 300 cars here. Jimmy Johnson a bit further back. Oh, Gordon got loose entering the corner. He runs up the track. That's going to give Jimmy Johnson some room. And Jimmy Johnson could not make a move here. Gordon lost a lot of ground on Chase Elliott there, and now he's under attack from the 48. And now we go further up through the field. Here's Rusty Wallace on the inside of Richard Petty for, that is for 5th place. Neither of these two drivers so far are having the season that they want. As further up the field, we have a 3-car breakaway. That's Kyle Busch in 3rd, currently 0.8 of a second behind Kevin Harvick. Dale Sr., 0.5 of a second behind Kevin Harvick, and the man himself, Kevin Harvick, who's in the lead. Now, these 3 cars have currently broken away from the entire rest of the field. And we are a little over halfway through this race. So, Kevin Harvick currently still dominating. Now, these guys have one more pit stop to make, and it's going to happen very soon, around lap 30 to 35, I think, that they're going to pit. Maybe lap 40 at latest, but these guys will need to make a pit stop here. It's just a matter of when do they make that pit stop. Because Kevin Harvick is getting closed in on by Dale Earnhardt and Kyle Busch. What's the interval this time by? It was 0.5 of a second. And it's dropped a little by a couple hundredths of a second. Dale Earnhardt and Kyle Busch slowly but surely catching up to the 4 of Kevin Harvick. And they are catching up to lap traffic for the drivers currently in last. That's Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Matt Kenseth, and Sterling Marlin, as Marlin goes way up the track here. And there's second in points. Brad Keselowski currently having a terrible day. 28th place. This has not been the race for him. Greg Biffle, Bill Elliott, Ryan Newman, Tyler Reddick, Carson Hocevar also having a not-so-great day. 23rd place. Michael Waltrip, Martin Truex Jr., Bobby Labonte finally is in that points position. He's in 20th place. Can he make a move to the inside of his brother? Both of these drivers competing here for two different reasons right now. Bobby Labonte, is competing for the title, and he's looking to gain as many vital points as he can. And Terry Labonte, on the other hand, he's looking to gain his first points of the season. So, let's see here. Even if his brother does pass him, Terry would still be in the points position. However, he would now be under fire from Martin Truex Jr. So let's go further up the field. Never mind, there's Bobby Labonte. He's going to make a move on the inside of his brother into turn 1. One of the Labonte brothers up the track. Oh, Truex in the wall. That was a huge hit for the 78 as both the Labonte brothers come in. A few drivers did stay out though. Which one of our leaders made a pit stop? There's Kevin Harvick into the pits. Kyle Busch into the pits. And Dale Sr. is going to take the lead here. And I think the free is going to come in. Yep, the Intimidator makes his pit stop here. Now, remember, just remember that Dale Earnhardt did pull off an Intimidator move. He meant to rattle Terry Labonte's cage in the actual real race at Bristol. However, he did end up causing a wreck. So let's see, does the Intimidator pull a similar move to that as he comes into his pit box, which, funny enough, is also the number 3 pit box. And here's Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch back out on the track. They're about 2 laps down, I think. So let's see here, after this pit cycle, where do these drivers end up? Dale Earnhardt finally coming out of the pits. And Kevin Harvick, I think, is going to be the driver who ends up with the lead here as he catches up to Tony Stewart in the number 14. And there we go. Harvick is the leader. He's got a second of the lead over none other than Kyle Rowdy Busch. And Dale Earnhardt further back, about 2.2 seconds behind them. Everyone else much further back. The 18 gained a lot of ground on pit road. He was about 20th place before the pit cycle. He's now 10th. And a couple of drivers having good days. The 17, not so great. The 78, the 25, the 16, the 40, all having a very bad day. They're all 1 lap down. And let's go further up the field. There's Tony Stewart, who is a 3-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. And ahead of him is Jimmy Johnson, 7-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. Mark Martin, who hasn't won a championship. And Joey Logano, Mickey Mouse, 3-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. Kyle Larson, a 2-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. Now, we have multiple champions here ahead of Kevin Harvick. And Harvick is going to have to pass all of them because Kyle Busch is on a rampage right now. He is trying to gain as much momentum or as much ground as he can gain here. But currently he is stuck behind the 16. That 16 is helping the 4 right now because Busch needs to get past him. And there's also another car, Sterling Marlin, between them. So Busch currently 2 cars separating him from Kevin Harvick, who is the leader here in Martinsville, Virginia. Now as we go further up the field, Terry Labonte. Oh, we got a wreck here. Oh, points leader. The points leader has wrecked. What has just happened here? And oh my goodness, Jamie McMurray, who had such a good day so far, is gonna blow an engine. Right there, the engine blew out. He goes to the inside lane, everyone behind him checks up, and Kasey Kahne unfortunately gave a shove to the 18 and that spun him out. So let's go on this camera so you can see here the 18 as he enters the corner. McMurray's engine blows up, they check up, and Kasey Kahne unknowingly doesn't realize it, checks up a bit slower, and that sends the 18 into the wall. What a disappointment. Not only for Jamie McMurray, but also the points leader, Bobby Labonte. And we're going to ride along with Kasey Kahne here. The roof cam of the 18, or the 9, sorry. So we can see here, inner turn, and McMurray's engine blows up, everyone checks up. Kasey Kahne is doing it turn around the 18. That is extremely disappointing for these guys. Jamie McMurray, we've just found out that his gearbox blew up. McMurray was his first points of the season. He's going to have to retire and be in dead last. Very unfortunate for him. Now we go back to the lead. There's Kevin Harvick in the number 4. Currently a lap down to 14, to 16, to 40, to 78, to 77, to 25, and to 17. All sit a lap down. And also, after revision of the rules, we've decided that if you are a lap down and the caution comes out, you will not gain your lap back. So, that is very unfortunate for these guys. And we can see a lot of pushing and shoving going on here as Harvick brake checked the field there, I think. And there's a points leader, the 18 Labonte, who will likely have damage here. And we are still under caution here. Actually, wait. That ended the race. That right there ended the race. Kevin Harvick wins this race under caution. After starting on pole, Kevin Harvick is going to win this race because of McMurray's blown gearbox. I cannot even believe it. So, Kevin Harvick wins this race Second place is Kyle Busch. Third, Dale Earnhardt. Fourth, Rusty Wallace. Fifth, Richard Petty. Sixth, Carl Edwards. Seventh, Dale Jr. Eighth, Jeff Gordon. Ninth, Christopher Bell. 10th is Terry Labonte, who will gain his first points of the year. Of the season. In 11th place, we have the 9 of Casey Kane, who took out the 18 of Labonte, or of Bobby Labonte. 12th is, coincidentally, the 12 of Ryan Newman. 13th is Kurt Busch. 14th, Tyler Reddick. 15th, Michael Waltrip into 15, coincidentally again. 16th, Bill Elliott in 94 McDonald's car. 17th, Brad Keselowski, who, after a terrible start to a race, will claim some points here, because that will be good for him. But it's not going to be enough, because that is only 4 points, meaning the difference will be 20 points between him and Bobby Labonte. 18th is the 11 of Denny Hamlin. 19th, the 33 of Clint Bowyer. 20th is the 21 of Ryan Newman. And that rounds out the top 20 who will earn points today. Unfortunately, Bobby Labonte, 21st place, after having had such a good run, is unfortunately going to finish just outside the points. 22nd, Kyle Larson, involved in the earlier incident. Joey Logano, 23rd. Not a good season for him. Then we have the 48, Jimmy Johnson, in 24th. In 25th, we have Mark Martin, Tony Stewart, Greg Biffle, Sterling Marlin, Martin Truex Jr., Carson Hocevar, Chase Elliott, and Matt Kenseth, who was also involved in the earlier incident, and after having had such a good run today, could have finally earned his first points of the season. Jamie McMurray is going to once again fail to finish in the top 20, as he is out due to a gearbox issue. And that is going to finish this race. So thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you all have a good day, and we will see you guys again for the next race, which will be next Friday. And that is going to be, ironically, at NASCAR's biggest track, Talladega, Alabama, which is going to be about 5 times bigger than Martinsville. And it's going to have similar racing to Daytona, so let's see. Or we will see how that goes. So thank you all very much for watching. Here's the final results again. See you guys next week, same day at 5 o'clock. See you guys later.